StazzMonei, cash gang, baby. StazzMonei. Move them feet, bitch.
Hello, everyone. Today's guest is a music artist that brings lyricism, spirituality, and endless flows. He goes by the name of StazzMonei. He's here today to speak a little bit about his music, his process, and his life. So please make sure you follow him on all platforms. I will be having his links down below. You'll hear his music throughout the interview as well. So thank you so much for watching. How old were you when you first discovered like you were musically inclined?
Okay, so I've always been talented naturally. Growing up, I've always had a thing for dancing. I've always liked skateboarding, biking. I was very versatile growing up. Like I've always had a creative mindset, rather if it was from biking, skateboarding to dancing. Then eventually I got creative with poetry. I started writing poetry, and I would say like the ninth grade, I started writing poetry, and then that's when I started formulating more rhythm and raps and get into, rapping. So I'll say about like ninth grade.
Oh, nice, nice. That's pretty good. So, who were some of your like musical influences around that time that kind of helped inspire you?
Around that time, I listened to a lot of like Lil Wayne, Wiz Khalifa, um, a lot of old school like Barry rappers like E40, Too Short,
Mm-hmm.
Yuck Mouth, Kick the Snake,
Don't forget Mac Dre.
yeah, Mac Dre. We can't forget Mac Dre though. For sure, for sure. My mama can't forget Mac Dre for sure. My mama and kids. So, but
Yeah.
yeah, in a nutshell.
Yeah, now that you said that, it all kind of makes sense. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm not, listen, I like all different types of music, right? So
Okay.
for me, like when I listen to your songs, I'm like, ooh, some of them just like a little crass. But when
Mm,
you list your musical influences, it makes sense because like Too Short, you
okay.
gonna hear, you know what I mean? You don't hear a lot of
Yeah,
that too. So to me, it's like
my
you just
mama.
give me a whole West Coast vibe, like that party good time music, like.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw this on when I want to. I actually throw it on a lot when I'm playing Brawlhalla, when I'm playing video games and shit. I want to like talk my
Okay.
shit. But
Very
that's
true.
just
Very
me
true.
personally. But I feel like you're just this like real fun artist. But then you have some songs that you get really deep too. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you have some songs like I swear to God, my husband probably sick of me because I'd be like, every time there was free stats, I always wonder how long it would last. I was missing
Oh,
out on a bag. Had a nigga thinking about just
oh,
stacking cash. Hey. And he was just like, how many times you gonna sing this damn song? But
very
but
true. Very
I
true.
like it because it was a vibe. Like I like that hook that you got. You have so many good hooks. You know what I mean? That captured your
Yeah.
listeners. I saw your video and you wrote that song about being in jail and you kind of figured out that jail wasn't for you. So I'm
Uh,
not sure if it's too personal, but what led you to that like position?
to going to jail and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, so my first ever case was a 211 strong arm robbery,
Mm-hmm.
and so basically I was in high school. Well, what grade was I in? I was actually a senior about to graduate. I remember this because I couldn't
Walk the
walk the
stage.
stage. I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't walk the stage and shit on my mama and kids. And so, but now I ended up meeting up with this you feel me, with this fellow student, you feel me, fellow peer,
Mm-hmm.
and he ended up having a gun, and so we was finna go shoot it on this lane called Dyer's Lane in Sacramento. You feel me? It's where you go to shoot guns and shit like that. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And so, but I ended up taking his gun from him and his iPhone. And at the time, bro was on probation or some shit like that. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Or ankle monitor or some shit. And so, long story short, he ended up snitching on me because I had his phone and shit. You feel me? So,
Uh,
oh my mama kids, I go to school the next day. Say like that happened like on like a Saturday. I go to school Monday. I get pulled out of class, get to the office, police in the office with him and his mom and shit, pointing
oh
out. And then
wow.
after that, yeah, after that it was a wrap. It is what it is. I learned my lesson from that shit. They gave me a little strike from that shit.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's all good though.
Yeah. Hey, look, yeah, I'm happy everything worked out in the end. You was able to get out, make your music.
You
So
too.
I'm gonna be completely real with you. It sounds to me like some of your stuff is really well like produced. And then some stuff it seems like maybe you just produce it yourself and then put it out. And then like you kind of go back and pick which songs you want to have like remixed.
Okay, so I don't remix anything. Well, but what I do from so the last 4 albums I've dropped, the last 4 recent ones, I have been recording myself and mixing myself. But all the music, but from starting from When Your Bitch Pay Me all the way up to Beast Mode, I was going to professional studios. I was fucking with still fucking with to this day. Shout out Sinatra, mixed by Sinatra.
Yeah,
He in
that's how I
Vegas, you feel
found
me?
you.
Yeah, shout out Sinatra out here in Vegas, you feel me? He recorded everything all the way from, you feel me? Like I said, from When Your Bitch Pay Me all the way up to Beast Mode. But after Beast Mode, I've been recording myself and mastering my craft, because as an artist I feel like I can be more than just an artist. I can also be a producer and an engineer if I put my mind to it over around. And so that's what I've been doing lately. I've been recording myself and mixing and mastering my own music, getting the sound and getting down my voice and how to work with my voice, you feel me? And so
and I think it helps too because I also self record, self engineer, and self like mix and everything. So like once I started doing that, whenever I did go to someone else's studio, it kind of helped me be able to like direct better, or take direction better, or understand the process more so. So I think it definitely does help. Like every artist should learn a little something about production.
Facts, on everything. I agree with you for sure.
I like it. Like regardless of the outcome, whether it's like self mix, self produced, or you go to the studio, I am able to listen to your lyrics. Like the lyrics is there, you know what I mean? Like you can tell you're really writing your shit. It's not like someone writing for you, which I respect, because there's a lot of people who don't write their own music.
I write, but my last 4 albums I've been punching in the studio, sitting right here like this in the studio, all off the dome. Like you feel me? It's rarely when I
like sit down. That's what Lil Wayne did too. Lil Wayne even said he has someone who writes his lyrics for him after he's already recorded it.
Yeah, you feel me? That's what I do. Well, I don't have it. I don't rewrite it, but I have it. If I do rewrite it, I can have it rewritten because I already recorded it. But off my last 4 albums, I've been off the dome. You feel me? In the studio, just recording.
Yeah, that's really cool. That's really cool. So I do want to talk a little bit about how you created Catch Game Entertainment LLC, because that's essentially what I did too. Like I created Catalyst Vision to manage our duo project Catalyst and a few of my other like business ventures. But the importance of having to have that security under the LLC. Can you tell me what made you decide to go the independent route?
Basically, so I've been independent when I first started making music, which was like 2017. That's when I really started recording and making music, 2017. And I tapped in with TuneCore. I started off with TuneCore and ASCAP. And what made me want to do that is I'm not really searching for just like one hit wonder or a record label deal, nothing like that. Like I'm in it for the journey, like RP Nipsey Hussle. It's a marathon, you feel me? So I'm in it for the marathon, like every day. Me recording like this or recording in my closet, you feel me? It brings me more creativity. It gives me more touch with the struggle, with, you feel me? Not forgetting where I came from and knowing where I'm going through music. And so creating my LLC through Inc. Authority, it really gave me a sense of ownership that can't nobody take nothing from me. Can't nobody take none of my music, my publishing royalties, my mechanical royalties.
Let them know. They be acting like we don't know.
You feel me? Composition royalties. I need all my shit. I need
all of it. We want the sync deals and everything.
You feel me though? So that's what made me go independent. If the deal do come my way, I want the record label to see my work and for me come to a bag to me. I don't want to go to a bag to a record label. It's like, you feel me? I want them to come to me because feel me, they see my work. I already been putting. It's like if you don't invest in you, won't nobody invest in you. Feel me? If you don't invest in yourself, rather if you invest in your time in yourself or your money in yourself, if you don't do that, ain't nobody else gonna want to invest in you. Ain't nobody else gonna want to, feel me, partake in what you got going on or even want to think about it because you ain't took the initiative to even invest in yourself.
Yeah. And that's another thing that I really like about you is that you have so many albums you drop in 1 year. You know what I mean? And we're talking full length, and then we
Yeah.
got variety as well. So it's like you just showcasing your talents on all fronts, but the importance of knowing the music business so no one takes advantage of you. That way, if that label does come, that right label does come, you know if it's you, if you got a blessing or you got a curse. You know
You
what I
feel me?
mean? Because sometimes they look the same. And
Yeah.
sometimes like our our peers, they feel like you ain't made it until someone else's label
Hmm.
has
Right.
recognized you. But
Hmm.
like the real ones know that real ownership of being independent, you've already fucking made it because whatever money you make is yours.
Facts.
It's not
Facts.
theirs first, and then you get the crumbs, and then you stuck not even owning your masters.
Man, for real.
No.
Shout out Lil Russell. You feel me? He a Bay
Mm-hmm.
Area artist. Lil Russell. I don't know if you
Yeah, I
heard of
follow
him.
him. I follow
Yeah,
him. Yes.
but shout out him. He's big on the independent, you feel me,
Mm-hmm.
route. And he's
Mm-hmm.
even more of an inspiration to me now that I've only known him this year, but that is dope what he do, you feel me? And
Mm-hmm.
so it's all independent. Like,
Yeah, he
yeah.
just talked about how he just sold out like a few shows, right? And he's
Mm-hmm.
like, "This is how much I put in it. I technically broke even, but I think he only made like $100 profit or something like that." But it's the
It's a
fact that he
start.
didn't lose money. One, two,
Yeah.
people still showed up, supported him. He didn't
That,
have like a machine behind him and wasn't
yeah.
still indebted to someone, So
Yeah.
that's why I
That,
say a lot of us have already made it because the real competition is within ourselves and we're
yeah.
doing better than what we've done in previous years. You know what I
That.
mean?
Hey, I'm working way harder than I've been in the last period. Like you said, I've been dropped 4 albums in the last uh
Mm-hmm.
like
Mm-hmm.
4 albums in the last 3 months, 4, 5 months,
Mm-hmm.
4 months.
Mm-hmm.
Like yeah, so I'm going in.
I like that. I like that. What's like your DAW that you use when you self-produce? I know you say you use Sinatra from time to time, but when you're producing by yourself, what do you like to
Yeah.
use?
I ain't gonna lie, man. Shout out BandLab, man. Shout
BandLab.
out
I mean, you dedicate
BandLab.
a whole album to them.
Whole album, man. Shout out BandLab. Them is my to go folks right there, man.
Yeah.
Whoever created it, I don't know who created it. I could do some research and figure it out. But
Yeah.
shout out BandLab, man. They got everything. They got AIs making beats for you on there. You can make
Mm-hmm.
your own beat. They got auto tune on there now. Like, and it's
Mm-hmm.
all free. It's all free and it's all independent. Artists like me that are independent underground that maybe can't afford to go to the studio sometimes, and we
Mm-hmm.
just got the creative spark right there. We
Mm-hmm.
got BandLab, you feel me? So yeah, shout out
Mm-hmm.
BandLab, man. We go crazy.
Yeah, I gotta work with a little bit more. My cousins, they actually showed me they're young too. One 16, one just turned 20, and they use BandLab. But when I first moved to Vegas, they came through to the studio, and I just
Oh,
showed them a few things, and I kind of recorded for them a little bit. But
okay.
I gotta check it out too. Right now, I mostly use Logic, but I want to learn
Okay.
different DAWs too, so I can help artists. Like I do a lot of mixing for people, so I want to make sure that I know I stay up to date on it.
Yeah, yeah, facts. GarageBand is a good one because I think
Mm-hmm.
GarageBand is it's like a pre-start to Fruity Loop
Logic.
or Logic or
Yeah.
yeah, one
And
of
yeah,
those.
Fruity Loops too. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so
Although Fruity Loops
yeah,
was the OG. They
BandLab.
had that back in like the 90s. Or early
Mm-hmm.
2000s, late 90s. So,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But I don't use it too much. My husband, he's more adept with it. So I do want to talk about your song, You Left Me. It's
Okay.
one of my favorite songs that you can tell. I'm an emo at heart.
Okay.
So I was like, and then when I saw the music video, I was like, damn, he's like, this is a different vibe I didn't expect.
Yeah.
I did not expect it.
Thank you. Thank
What
you.
kind of place were you in when you wrote it? Were you depressed at the time?
Not me, but one of my when I was in a relationship, one of the girlfriends I was with,
Mm-hmm.
she was, and I was seeing everything that she was going through, and basically, I made that song from that. You know, I took her emotions, I took everything that she was feeling, everything she, digested into her psyche that made her feel that way, and I made it into a song, and I made it relatable. I made it I basically put myself in that mind frame for literally when I was making the song for like 2 weeks straight. Like I really like made sure I felt her pain and felt depressed and felt really like, and it was hard trying to keep that energy through making that song, even through making the video, because I made the song and then I made the video like probably like a month or 2 months later. And so when it was time to make the video came around, I had to get back into that mind frame and that mindset. Like me personally, I have not been through that. I have not been through that.
Mhm.
But just having to get back into that mindset, it made me remember like, damn, this is real. This is, people really do have, you know, depression and
Mhm.
fight with mental illness, and it's not something to take lightly. Rather if you go through it or not, it's still something that if you have a friend or family member that's going through it, it's something that should be assessed. It's something that should be, you know, given the proper attention, given the proper care.
Yeah,
So,
very true. Very
but,
true. No, that's
but yeah,
right. I personally, I go through depression. I feel like, well, I've been going through it since I was maybe like 7, so I'm able to like bounce back now that I'm 29. I understand like my triggers. I understand like, okay, let me change my diet. Let me shower more often. Like even if it's like 3 times a day, just to try to feel something. Because a lot of depression, like you feel just numb. And then you kind of speak about self harm in that song, and I had a past with self harm when I was like from middle school all the way up to maybe I stopped sometime after I met my husband. Really long time, like at
right,
least at least 15 years, just
okay,
off and on. So when I heard that song, I was just like, damn, like yeah, really relatable because
yeah,
and even if you don't go through it personally, I think all of us, whether we want to call it depression or whatever, we definitely have all felt that type of pain. Or if you
yeah,
lost someone like from
yeah,
suicide, I just love that song so much because I feel like you were giving a voice to people who like committed suicide or and like never could like explain, like their family members can never understand why. I feel like that's a song everyone need to listen to understand it from that type of perspective, because you're feeling like this immense sort of pain that is feels unescapable, unavoidable. And man, you left me. Oh man, that's all I
thank
gotta say. I'm obviously gonna
thank
play this
you,
song for you guys,
thank
but I'm
you.
also gonna link
Thank
it
you.
too.
I almost dropped the. I ain't gonna lie. You got a little
Look,
emotional
look,
on that. I
look.
ain't gonna lie. We got a little, just a little bit
No,
emotional
we
on
getting
that one.
deep over
Nah,
here. But
nah,
I
nah,
love
nah.
it. And then if you see, you guys are going to see the video, some clips of it, but I urge you guys to click on the link, watch that video, because if you have someone who is in that depressive state, I'm not saying that depression is something that's easy to get over and you can just try to make your friend smile. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And think that they're good. They might laugh, they
yeah,
might ha ha, but when they're by themselves, they're still going through it. But all I gotta say is check on your friends, give them love while they're here. And if you know you do lose someone to suicide, know that it wasn't anything that you did or could have done. It was something that they was going through.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Hey,
I
I say,
man, I think that might be all the questions I have for you, aside from maybe just one more.
let's get it. I'm surprised.
Okay.
I'm wondering which one because you sent me the list, so I'm like, okay, I'm prepared. So I
Yeah.
wonder. Uh,
And I know we kind of went off the list too, just have a natural conversation, which is what I like.
natural though, like you feel me? I didn't
Mhm.
even have to write nothing down. I'm like, this is
Yeah,
easy.
no.
This is just a
This
blunt.
you. This your
Yeah, let me just
story. This is you.
yeah. I'm like, okay, this is my first interview. I ain't gonna lie, this is my first, so
Mhm.
this is dope. Like
I'm happy I
my
got you
first one
first
on
because you
one.
about to blow the fuck up. All I gotta
Yeah,
say. Not saying
it's
you're a blow from
good.
this interview. I'm just saying in general in life you got star quality. So I already know you gonna blow the fuck up. And then someone can research this to see your first interview, and so I'm honored. Thank you so
You
much.
feel me though?
I
You know,
mean, like,
so that.
and then I wanted to know the meaning of, like, I don't really know too much about Eye of Horus and Eye of Ra. So I was kind
Okay.
of hoping that you could tell me a little bit more about it, and then what led you to getting it tatted.
Okay, I'm glad you chose this one as the last question or the potentially last question. So I have to
Hmm.
put the blind out on this one. Okay, so
We're about to get in it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You feel me? So there's There's two eyes. It's the eye of Horus and the eye of Ra. So this is the eye of Horus over my eye, and then this one is the eye of Ra. And so we'll start off with the eye of Horus, which is this one. So the eye of Horus resembles feminine energy. You know, the moon goddess, it resembles health, sacrifice, and light or restoration. It brings a balance, and then the eye of Ra represents the sun god, represents fury, power, and violence or war. You know, and it is so that it brings a balance to the other eye, to all humanity. And so, that's just a little, a little gist of it. You know, so yeah, they're preeminent Egyptian symbols. Of course, they originate from Egypt. I wanted that to be the first thing people see when they see me, is these hieroglyphics or these symbols of, protection and power, things of that nature, because I'm already a vessel, a key holder, but I also wanted the masses to know that don't be shy to it. You know, be open to it, ask questions, because you never know with being ignorant. You know, so
Right.
most people, when they meet me, they, oh, I know what that is. I know what that is. I know what that. What's that? It's the Aya. I'm like, the Horus. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm like, like, if you don't know, that's cool, but
Yeah, say you don't know. Don't flex. Just
yeah, you feel me?
let me
Talk
get
to me,
educated. Like your
you feel
song
me?
knowledge. Like your song
Yeah,
knowledge, okay?
facts, yeah,
You're
like
here to give
knowledge,
knowledge to people. So I
yeah,
really
and Inly, and another song, Inly, knowledge and Inly are. I have a lot of other spiritual songs, but those two, I I wanted to change perspective. I wanted to change the listener perspective. I wanted them to hear those songs and be like, okay, what is this? Okay, let me restart it. Let me write this down. Let me go research this. Let me go figure it out. Like, I wanted those songs to do that.
So I wanted to ask you what advice you can give artists. I know you were definitely dropping gems throughout the entire interview on, like, if you guys are listening, like,
Facts.
he's telling you.
Really,
I'm not
really.
saying that not, just stay independent, don't go for the record deal, but definitely have some experience with managing yourself before you let someone else come in and manage you. Um, but I wanted to know what advice you can give artists that want to build a following for their music.
Mm. So look, piggybacking off what you just said, the music industry is 90% business and 10% talent. You feel me? 90% business and 10% talent. So you want to, like you said, before you want to go for that record deal, you want to dibble and dab, experience, record you a song, go to the studio, make you a song, get you a DAW, and get your song on the DSP, and, learn the ropes, so that you can't be, misguided or misled. Any gems I could give for any artists that's out there that wanting to start their, foundation and build their following, I would say stay consistent, work. You feel me? Don't really let the quality, hinder your success, and don't base your success off of someone else's success. Don't try to go at the same pace as someone else. Or don't see a music video and be like, "Oh, this is how it should be," because you're not knowing what they went through to get there. You're not knowing what they had to sacrifice to get there. Meaning time away from family, money, relationships, things of that nature. So, just stay consistent. Don't worry about the quality of your music, and uh drop quantity, drop consistent. Because if you're not dropping no music, how could you have a fan base? What material do you have for these people to even start knowing you by, or even listening to, if you're just sitting back not dropping nothing?
That's true.
So yeah, drop some music, get your music out there, and let the universe guide you. So you
Yeah.
need to do that. Feel me?
Yes, yes, yes. All right. Thank you so much. That was so good. I like that. That was
So,
nice.
so it's from the heart. When it's from the
Yeah.
heart, you ain't gotta try. When it's from the heart,
Look,
you ain't gotta, you know.
that's so
Yeah.
true. That's so true. No, that was really good. I feel like you're definitely gonna be a person people gotta look out for. I mean, you might already be on a lot of people's radars already, especially on the West Coast. Are you performing live anywhere?
I've have a couple times in the past, but not like recently or consistently. No, I'm
Hmm.
just trying to expand my publishing.
Catalog.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my catalog, get that
Hmm.
up. So yeah, I'm doing features and they free. You feel me?
Hmm.
We gonna split royalties, so tap in.
That's
You
how
feel
I
me?
am too.
As
Like
long
I
as
don't I
you,
pay nobody for a feature. We could talk
yeah,
royalty shares. We could talk splits.
all
I
that.
could pay you all this money and you still, you know what I mean? We may or may not get it back, but if we get those royalty checks and you get paid, either you get paid once or you get paid for life.
That's it. You get that feature money, and I get them royalties, or we go do that collab and we go split
Yes,
these royalties, dog.
exactly. That's
That give me
me.
paying twice, G. You feel me?
Yeah,
And I go want your rider IPI number if you got
yeah.
ask. But now,
Thank
yeah,
you.
features.
I got ASCAP. I got ASCAP.
Yeah, you feel me? So features is free. You feel me? Tap in. As
Yeah,
long as this interview is up and live,
yeah.
tap in. Features in free. We go collab. We go buy the beat. We go do
Mm-hmm.
all that shit. And come
I
on, let's
like
make the
that.
world a greater place than it
With
already is.
music.
With
That's all I'm
music.
trying to say.
With
Music is
music.
just, I feel like music is that healing, you know what I mean? And I'm not gonna lie, Stay Pampered been stuck in my fucking head.
Stay Pampered.
Yeah. But I'm
I'm
gonna
a
need you to
money
do me a
killer.
favor. Please, please put your lyrics on all the platforms because I'm trying to put it on the Instagram stories. And I like to read along when I listen to music too. I love looking at lyrics. So I'm gonna need you to put, especially there, break it down one time. I'm a money accumulator, got 4 degrees about how to break a bitch up out her paper.
No, hold on.
Okay.
I'm a I'm a money accumulator, a college major with 4 degrees on how to break a bitch up
Bitch
out
up
of
out of
paper.
paper. I love that shit.
Accumulator, college major, 4 degrees.
Degrees about to break a bitch up out of paper.
I'm focused on the elevation, paper chasing, not procrastinating, along with being done on giving favors. I break a person, reminder every year,
Rearranger.
she risk her life in the streets in dear danger. I give her proper etiquette, manipulator, give her tools for glamour, high heels, my women's pamper.
Hey. That's my shit. That's my shit.
I recorded that at Sinatra, saying shout out
Really?
Sinatra.
Yeah, that's how I found you. I was on the it was late at night too. It was super late. But I saw the video on the feed when you did childhood. He wrote it as childhood drama, but you said it's childhood trauma, right? So
Yeah.
I was like, this guy look interesting. Let me grab my headphones because I usually look at Instagram with no sound on. So I was like, let me put in my head. I was like, this shit hard. I just like your flow in that one. Your flow in that one so amazing. I was like, ooh. I'm so happy we could do this. I'm really thrilled. I'm just really excited for you. I know life's gonna be so great for you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Likewise, I see affirmations as well. Love, peace, and harmony, and success.
Thank you. Hey, we got it. Little virtual high five.
You know.
All right. Make sure you guys follow. Yes, all the links will be down below. Make sure you follow. Visit Catalyst Vision for workshops for independent artists, for personal lessons, private, and we have group lessons too. So
shout out Catalyst Vision, man. Shout out Catalyst Vision for this interview. You already know what it is. StazzMonei. If she can't follow, she ain't got nothing.
Got nothing for me, motherfuckers. I'm just kidding. All right, bye.